Hey folks, this is Jeff from Wickedoil.com, your local Amsoil dealer in Madison, Tennessee. It is the 4th of July, 2022. I hope you're having a great weekend, festivities and stuff, celebrating independence. And hopefully none of you ended up in jail. Alright, this video is about oil analysis on my 1995 F250. 7.3 diesel, 5-speed stick, posi rear end, blah blah blah. Okay, I did my last oil change was December the 6th, 2015 at 200,971 miles. I was running product code AME, which is 1540. My engine holds 4 gallons of oil, so it's a little spendy to change the oil on my truck. I currently, well, as of this sample, which was 16 June 2022, I had 58,813 miles on this oil change. The odometer is reading 259,784. All right. Now, I have switched over to product code DME, which is the Signature Series Max Duty Synthetic 15W40. It has a specifications for the newer trucks after 2007, and they're all backwards compatible, so there's nothing wrong with running that in the older truck. Anyway, now I do have a full flow filter on there, and I have a bypass, dual bypass oil filter. So, well, it's a dual bypass, which means I've replaced the factory style with an adapter and hosed it to a filter block that has a full flow filter in it, which is a EAO 26 or EA026, and a BP 100 bypass filter. And if you don't know what these are, the way this thing works is has an orifice feed to this filter. So the regular oil flows through that other filter at full speed, like a regular factory filter. And this is a premium filter. These filter good. This one filters down to about 2 microns, which the average human hair is around 20 microns width, average. So that kind of tells you this thing picks up pretty small stuff, and one of the ways it does that is by being very fine filter mesh material, and it's orificed so that it takes about 10 or 15 minutes for all the oil in the engine to actually cycle through that, because it goes through slow. Okay, so there's a whole nother video that can be done just on that process. But anyway, so since that oil change in 2015, yeah, that was then. Okay, I have done let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. I've done 5 oil samples since then. So I was kind of lax there for a little while. I went from my first sample. Well, actually, I've done 4 oil samples since then, because the sample that was right before my oil change was in November of 15, and then I changed my oil. Not because it needed it, it was because I don't know. I grew up with the old change the oil every 3,000 miles and make sure you use a Fram oil filter, son. Nonsense. I'd rather run no filter. Anyway, here you go. All right, so I changed, let's see, I did a sample in 2018, March of 2018, March of 20, December of 21, and June of 22. So here are the comments on my most recent oil sample, which is my current one. Flagged data does not indicate an immediate need for maintenance action, meaning with the results we're seeing, you don't need to change the oil. Now that's almost 59,000 miles on that oil change. They're telling me you don't need to change the oil. That's pretty impressive. All right. Let's see. Continue to observe the trend and monitor equipment and fluid conditions. Lead is at a moderate level and maybe overlay material from the main/rod bearings. Cylinder region metals, pistons, rings, liners, etc., are at a minor level. Boron is slightly low for this lubricant. Boron levels may naturally decline with use, so this is not a cause for concern. Oil is suitable for continued use. Resample in 7,000 miles or 125 hours. Sample information has been added or tests have been rerun or additional testing was added and the report has been regenerated. Your note was taken into consideration, because I always send a little note with there's a card that you fill out that gives them the information for the sample. In fact, I should just grab a sample kit and show you. I don't really like opening these things up because it's too easy to lose components. But what the hell? Comes in a little bag. All right. Now, I would recommend when you, if you're going to do oil analysis, Amsoil, make sure you order the ones that you can get, the ones that are sent through. You can get them to where you have to pay the postage, which costs, I don't know, like $1.50 or $2 less. It's not worth it. Or you can buy the ones that prepaid. All you have to do is fill in the paper, get your sample, put it in there. They give you a label, and then you drop it in the mail through the post office. And I've had issues with the post. Well, we're all having issues with the post office. It seems to be a little bit better now since this bullshit pandemic horse crap is kind of, tapering off a bit. But anyway, the mail service has been a real joke. They also sell one that uses a UPS label, and the nice thing about UPS is there's tracking. If it's lost somewhere in the system, there's a tracking number. At least you know where it was last, okay? But the point is, you know when it arrives, okay? So anyway, this is the sample bottle. There's a little place to put a label on here. Okay, there's your mailing label, and this is for the damn post office. Anyway, my other ones up there are for UPS. Okay, it comes with instructions on how to fill this damn paperwork out right here, and it's still a little confusing. Here's the label that you put on your sample, and it has the same number and stuff right up here. Okay, you fill this information out, put the sticker on here, put the label on the bag, on this bag. You put your, there's a little flap here that opens up. This keeps the little card that you send in separate from the oil. You put it in here and close the flap up, and then you fold this thing over. and you pull this tape cover off, you fold it down and it seals up everything so that it won't open up in transit, okay? And that keeps, if for some reason this leaks, it keeps the label separate, okay? But make sure you put it on nice and tight, okay? So anyway, with that said, this right here, these run right around 30 bucks to do this with the prepaid oil. And if you'll, if you just buy this, then you got to pay shipping and all that crap. But if you'll do if you place an order for oil filters and stuff like that, or whatever it is you need, go ahead and order your sample kits, okay? Trust me on this. It's just worth it to go ahead and get it out of the way, because then it's part of, if you're a preferred customer, then all you have to do is spend $100 and you don't have any shipping. If you're a dealer, you got to spend $450 before you don't have to pay shipping. But even when you do, it's $14, I believe it is. So it's not the end of the world, but you don't want to be paying $14 shipping on that. That's ridiculous. Okay. But anyway, you do an oil change on your car, you're going to spend $100, you're going to get free shipping. So just spend $100 and then get you at least one of those. I would suggest 2 of them, okay? And you'll spend about $30 a piece on it, and it's worth every damn penny of it, because that is how you run your oil for 7 years. And they're still telling me not to change the oil, okay? Now, I could sit here and exaggerate to you and tell you stories about how wonderful Amsoil is, like I always do. Every video I put out, I tell people about how wonderful Amsoil is, all right? And you can say, well, God, I've heard all this nonsense from other people. Everybody embellishes and all that other stuff. Well, folks, I don't need to embellish. I'm giving you the facts. And I'm going to put a link in the description there so that you can download this so you can see it for yourself. Okay? Those are the facts. And let me tell you something. You could say, now I can't edit this. This comes in a PDF file and I can't edit it. Okay? Because it's locked. And I have a subscription to Adobe and everything. But I still can't manipulate that thing. Because I don't have the key to unlock it so I can edit it. Now, of course, somebody that wants to lie about stuff, they're going to figure out a way to get, scan it and pull it into a document and all that other stuff. But, folks, I don't need to do that, okay? I have no reason to lie. I got a report here that says keep running the damn oil after almost 59,000 miles, okay? So, and Amsoil, they could be telling me, oh yeah, just keep running it, that's great. Well, they have a warranty on their stuff. If your stuff breaks down and you can show that it was because their oil broke down, well, then they have a warranty and they will cover your costs. Now, how much of it they'll cover, I don't know, but that's not the point. The point is they warranty their stuff because it's that good, okay? You can't have a crap product and do something like that and telling people to keep running it when it's bad. You're just asking for problems, okay? But if they do tell me, look, it's kind of getting to that point you need to start thinking about doing an oil change, I got an oil change sitting over there I've had for a while. Filters and everything ready to go. All they have to do is say, Jeff, it's time to change the oil, and then I'll change the oil, okay? And every time they tell me to change the oil, then they're making more money. So think about it. It would be good motivation for them to tell me it's time to change the oil, wouldn't it? But they're not doing that because their product is that good. And I keep buying products and I tell other people about it and they make more sales and life is good. So you probably, like me, I've heard people running Amsoil down and stuff like that. And it's like, dude, I have yet to find anybody that's running Amsoil down that actually has a legitimate complaint. What it is they hear about it, they see it, they get tired of hearing it and see it, and then they start going, hell, Amsoil, that's BS. I was trying to talk to a guy one time about it, and he said, dude, I changed my oil at 3,000. I don't give a rat's ass how long you run your oil. Okay. I mean, there's no requirement for you to run Amsoil. There's no requirement for you to pay attention to me. I'm just sharing information with you, bro. But I could tell he's sick of hearing about it. He doesn't believe because he doesn't want to believe. And that's okay. Nobody's forced to do this. But for those of you that have some common sense, that have been led down a dishonest road by people trying to tell you that their product is wonderful and you buy it, you spend your good money on it and find out it's crap. I'm showing you the facts right here. This isn't hearsay. This isn't me jabbering. These are the facts. Okay? Almost 59,000 miles, and they are saying, keep running the oil, Jeff. You're doing good, bro. Okay? Now, it does say that there's minor levels of iron and aluminum, stuff like that. Well, it's a mechanical device. You're always going to get a little bit of something in there, okay? That's just the way it is. I don't think there's such thing as a lubricant that absolutely prevents friction 100%. But this comes pretty close, obviously. So, with that said, folks, my dealer number is 1886124. I would like to encourage you, please, get some Amsoil. This stuff is wonderful, okay? And if for some reason you don't want to buy it from me, that's fine. Buy it for somebody else. But buy some Amsoil. Put it in your car. I run Amsoil in my pickup, in the engine. I run it in the power steering. I've got Amsoil antifreeze that's good for 5 years in my radiator. I have Amsoil in my transmission. I've got Amsoil in the differential. Hell, I'd run Amsoil Air if they sold it for my tires. I've got Amsoil in my wife's car, in her engine, in her transmission. 2017 Hyundai Elantra, 2-liter. I run Amsoil in my lawn mowers, my push mowers, my riding mowers, in my zero turn. I've got it in my Echo weed eater. I've got it in my 12K generator. I've got it in my Power Horse wood chipper I got from Northern Tools. If it uses oil, I run Amsoil in it because I believe in this stuff 100%. I mean, like I said before, man, we've all bought products, bought the hype, listened to the hype, bought the product, and realized that we've been had. This is one of the few products I've ever purchased in my entire life, and it actually lives up to the hype and then some. And let me tell you something, I started running Amsoil back in 2010, and I bought this truck with just shy of 108,000 miles on it, and I started running. I started off with Royal Purple at 122,000, I think it was, and I asked them about the extended oil change, and they said I could run it up to about, because my truck calls for 5,000 mile oil changes, and they said you could do I could do 3 times that amount. So when I got to 15,000 miles, I mean, the oil still felt good. Everything, it looked good and everything, but you know, I was like, damn, it's already 3 times what the manufacturer calls for, so I drained it out. And I ran regular, I think it was Dello 400 for 1 oil change, and then I switched over to Amsoil, and it's had Amsoil in it ever since. And I'm just about to turn over 260,000 miles now. So anyway, this is some badass stuff. So I of course I want you to buy from me because, well, that's why I'm an Amsoil dealer, to sell oil. But I want you to be happy with the product, and I'm telling you right now, you can't go wrong with oil analysis. Okay, so don't put it in there and just run it forever. You still have to, if you either have to do your oil changes, and they have OE and extended use oil that costs less than the Signature series. If you insist on changing at the factory intervals, that's fine. Just don't buy the Signature series, because you're just wasting money. Okay, I mean, you're not hurting anything, but you're wasting money. But if you want to extend your oil changes, run the Signature series, and send me an email. I'll look up your products for you if you like. But you can go at wickedoil.com and look on the left side of the screen, and there is a menu there for cars and light trucks. You can look up for motorcycles, ATVs, PWCs, heavy duty trucks, whatever, lawn equipment, whatever you need. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and end this right now. Thank you for your time. I appreciate you. And if you have any questions, just drop me a line. Okay? If I don't know the answer, I can find out what the answer is. So thank you. Have a good weekend.